What's up, guys?
Hello.
Welcome to
Our love.
our journey. I was supposed to say podcast.
Oh, podcast.
Yeah. What's up, guys? All right, this is yet another video episode as well as an audio episode for those on YouTube and podcast. We just wanted to give you guys a little bit more visuals of our faces. You're welcome. Anyways, just joking, guys. We wanted to do a really quick video, and we wanted to talk about the 6 lessons we've learned that's helping our relationship not just survive but thrive. She makes fun of me because I like to write things that rhyme.
Oh, I laugh every time.
So she's always like, and then she's always arguing with me. She's like, that doesn't rhyme.
I have only argued with him on one, and
Okay.
it's blame and pain.
But she won't let it go ever. She brought it up today. I'm just like, oh my God, babe. Blame and shame do rhyme.
Blame and shame. Yeah, blame and shame too. You said blame and pain.
Oh yeah, blame and pain. Yeah, I think they're right. Anyways, guys, so thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure to stay to the very end of this because we do have a bonus tip at the very end as well. Also, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And please hit that notification bell. Yes, of course, everyone says this. And of course, it's like, man, I don't really want to. But if you do, we'll love you forever because right now, starting a YouTube channel is just about awareness. We think the value we give is great, but that's for you guys to decide, not us. So if there's anything that we can do to give you guys more value, please let us know. We're just going to give you our 2 cents of our journey, and we hope that it's enough for you guys, okay? So thank you guys so much. We love and appreciate all of you. Let's get this party started, right, babe?
Yeah, party.
All right. There we go. Yeah, look professional for you guys. Just joshing. All right, so number 1. All right, we wanted to just get this one out the way because you guys hear it every episode. We know you know it, but it's so important to us. If we get one thing drilled in your head, this is what we want to get drilled in your head. Because this is literally the number 1 thing that we can. Oh, maybe we can start backwards. Should we go from 6 to 5? We didn't put them in order.
No, let's just.
Sorry, guys. All right, so we're gonna start with the number 1 thing that we think has actually changed our relationship the most.
Yeah.
Had the biggest impact on not just our relationship, but our happiness separately in general. So what would the number 1 be, baby?
Blame.
Blame. Bow. All right, guys. So blame, we think, is the number 1 relationship killer, murderer.
In friendships and relationships.
Friendships, relationships, happiness, all of it.
People are always going to do crap that you don't like. Or that you'd be like, you should have done this.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
back to my famous phrase that does rhyme very
It does
well.
not
It
rhyme.
rhymes extremely well. It's called, I say, the word should and blame will always bring you inevitable pain. I worded a bunch of different ways sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Or if you're feeling pain, then you're saying should or you're blaming.
He's trying to make it rhyme.
Yeah. Blame me. All right, but anyways, guys, that's so important, guys. And we feel that, like, if you really pay attention to literally every fight you've ever had with your spouse or anyone else, what do you think you're doing unconsciously that you don't even know? And what do you think they're doing completely unconsciously that they have no
Exact
idea?
same thing.
Blame. And so guess what happens when you take complete ownership, extreme ownership?
He tries to fight with me and then he can't. Because I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I know, and sometimes I hate it. I'm just like, gosh dang it. Can we just fight? Come on. And it's just like, you can't fight with yourself, Josh. Like,
There's only so long someone can just fight with themselves,
Yeah,
and then they
it's
just
true.
sizzle out eventually.
yeah, and then they feel dumb, and it's like, okay, now I have to apologize because I look ridiculous. Yeah, so guys,
It's kind of fun.
yeah, it's beautiful. And the cool thing about this, guys, is it only takes one of you. So, and I believe that the relationship just cannot work. It's impossible to work if both people aren't taking ownership. And I don't mean like 95 or 99.9. I mean literally 100 to 150% of the ownership. Say anything that goes wrong, you're the leader of your relationship. You're the dominant one, right? You're the whatever. It's your responsibility, though, to make sure the relationship is happy and this person is happy. Tom Bill, you had something. What did he say today? No, don't worry about it. It's okay.
It was great. It was like,
Yeah.
it's bloody hard.
I actually pull it
Something.
up. Yeah. So Tom and Lisa posted something that kind of aligns with this, but you got to remember you guys are on the same team and you're a teammate. It doesn't help if you look at what your outcome is that you want out of the relationship.
Things you need to know before you commit. It's bloody hard work. If they lose, you lose.
That's the one that stood out to me.
They can't fix you. You can't fix them. It isn't always 50-50.
That's a good one.
There's no happily ever after. Happiness is a byproduct.
That's really cool. Okay, so if they lose, you lose.
It's not working.
There you go.
There we go.
That kind of. All right, but
Anyways, follow Tom Billion.
Okay, so if they lose, then you lose. And if you remember that, you're on the same team, guys. Why are you fighting with each other? You guys should both know what outcome you want. And so what we might try to do is put the outcome we want of our relationship and our future, just both of them. And then our career, so maybe all 3, so this includes like family, values, whatever. And put 2 or 3 things on a board. And every time we fight, look at that and says, is this moving us closer to this goal or not? And then that will help us keep the focus of intention. Because when you fight, then you don't even realize you're just fighting to win your argument. What a freaking
To prove
waste.
that you're right.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys like that. Just remind us to do a video on that, and we'll let you know in a few weeks how it goes, okay? All right, let's move to number 2.
Relationship is a place to give, not get.
Yes. Okay. So this is a big one, guys. So she said a relationship is a place to give, not get. So we learned this from Tony Robbins, and man, is this true. So I think it's both of our responsibilities. The thing that's helped change my life so much is realizing I'm responsible for keeping my emotional happy cup full on my own, period. It has nothing to do with her. She's not here to make me complete me, like make me happy, right? That's not what she's here for. And what's so weird is like when you have that unconscious belief that she should be making me happy, I'm in a relationship so she can make me happy. So selfish and funny when you say it out loud. But then you don't even realize now you're blaming her for everything. You're blaming her that you're unhappy.
You're not doing this to make me happy. You're not doing this. This is making me unhappy.
Right. And it's funny. So you guys know we're the Slurpee gang. Slurpees. And like, so say like, for example, she went out and then she got me the wrong Slurpee.
Right.
And then it's a flavor I hate. I would naturally probably get triggered, and that is ridiculous. She's doing me a favor. So now it's like already like, I went from a place of gratitude to a place of like anger because I'm like, oh, she should have, remember the should is the trap. Don't should all over yourself, okay? The should is the trap. And then so it's like, oh, she should have got me the right flavor. I told her 3 times. Think about how unbelievable that is. Like maybe you should have went. You're on your own, you know? And that's just a gift, it's bonus. So here's my point. I think it's important to do everything on your own as you can. And then if you let someone do something else for you, then just be completely okay whether it comes through or not. If you're not okay with how it turns out, and you're not okay going on your own, then you shouldn't have them do it. Shouldn't. I guess I'm shitting all over myself right now, but that's just my philosophy, okay? Like I really learned that. It's like when I expect anything out of her, your expectations always lead to pain, okay? On some level. And so Tony Robbins also says, I got a lot of Tony Robbins quotes today.
Lead to pain?
Well, no, he says, trade your expectations for appreciations and your whole life changes in that moment. Okay, trade your expectations for appreciations and your life changes. So it's like, okay, instead of getting upset at that, then I'll just be like, oh man, what a sweet thing for her to do. I appreciate her even trying, right? And then it kind of changes the story in your head.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's really good and helpful, guys. All right, let's move on to numero 3.
Trying to solve a problem when your emotionally heightened does not work, obvious.
For some reason, we all know this, and for some reason, we all probably are so guilty of this.
It's like a cake in front of you when you're not supposed to eat cake. It's like, I just want the cake.
Why is this one so hard and it's so obvious?
Yeah.
It's just like, you cannot solve things when you're emotionally triggered. Duh. At least not optimally, and at least like not that often, okay? Oh my gosh, we are so
But if you
guilty.
can, then you're Superman or woman.
Yeah, then you're better than we are because we can't do it. You know,
Never works. Always try.
we've been trying our whole relationship and it just doesn't
Never
work.
worked
Guys.
once.
Oh my god, never once. Not only has it not worked once,
It's made everything worse.
it's actually done the opposite of what we wanted. It's always made it
It's like,
worse.
just make him understand this one thing.
Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, so, and I'm very guilty of that
Me
because
too.
I'm just like the type of person where it's just like,
And it's funny because when you're not the emotionally triggered one, you're like, we can't do this right now. And then the one that's emotionally triggered is like, we're doing this right now.
yeah, it's true.
And then the other one's like, it's not going to work. And you're like, I don't care.
That's true. On the times where I finally don't go for the bait and I can find out stay center enough, I'm like, babe, it's not gonna work. It's never work. She just won't let up. She's like, nope, but just talk to me. So we learned that the hard way, guys, and we're still practicing that one. That one, have we got better or could we still suck?
Better. We don't do it every time though. Every time we're able to. Like it's uncomfortable. I don't
It's
know.
very uncomfortable.
You know, it's
very
like,
uncomfortable.
ooh,
It goes
neither one
against
of
all
us are
instincts.
people that are like okay with sitting in the discomfort of like a feud or like an argument. So it's like we just want to fix it. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Unfortunately, I wish it did because I would be a lot happier.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing I noticed, guys. Even the tip for when you journal is if you can get in a healthy, a happier state when you do it, then you can kind of get outside of the issue and you can see everything clearly and you can solve it so much more optimally.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my point: is like, you know, when there's a fight and you're in the middle of it, you suck at solving it. But then after like a day or 2 days or 2 weeks or 2 hours, whatever it takes for you, or 2 minutes, whatever it takes, you get out of it and then you see it. You're like, this is an easy fix. I'll
Never
just communicate
once
better here.
Have we taken our time and been like, nope, still can't come to a conclusion?
Yeah, it's easy, yeah.
Always like, this is the stupidest thing in the world.
All right, guys. So if you can just, you know, find some tips and tricks to kind of just take a few breaths. For me, actually, this does work. I've meditated every day for over a year, maybe closer to a year and a half now or something.
Yeah.
And actually, so for me, I have that muscle built where when I go to my breath and take a deep breath, I actually can disconnect. I just forget to quite a bit. But whenever I do, I can actually get clarity. I can get some space from the situation, and then I can think clearly for a minute again. It gets me back into my prefrontal cortex and not my amygdala, which is just my animalistic part, just trying to survive and win the fight or whatever craziness, right? So I think that whatever it is, if you have something to kind of get you out of that moment and bring you to reality,
Whether it's a shower,
a rock, you can keep a rock in your hand and just focus on the texture of it, you know? Anything like that to bring you back, I think it's so valuable. It sounds weird and it sounds like that's weird, but it does work, at least for me. I only use it maybe 20% of the time, and my goal is to get that to at least like 60% within the next few months if I can.
Like I know one girl who goes and takes a shower whenever she feels it, which she can be really clean.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's practical. You
right,
know,
obviously you can go take a shower if you're at the store, but I'm just saying when you're like,
yeah, when you can, it'd be great. Yeah. But the problem is, well, here's the thing is why I said the rock is you can do that in the moment, right? Or taking a breath. You can do that instantly in the moment. You can continue the conversation, but learn how to like back up from it, not be emotionally invested and get out of it. So the shower works, but your spouse may be like, what the F? You're just going to walk in the middle and take a shower right now in the middle of this right now.
Like, do you want me to yell at you?
yeah. So, you know, so just use different tools at different times. All right, numero 4.
Retention time matters. Practice it consciously.
Okay, so she said, she's talking, are you talking quiet?
No.
Okay.
I'm like,
Hopefully you guys can hear her. She talks quiet by nature compared to me. I'm just like the loudest mouth ever. So I think you guys will be able to hear. But anyways, so she said, retention time matters. Practice it consciously, okay? So this is something that we have been doing a lot of work on, right? And maybe you've done more work on it. I don't know. We both done it quite a bit.
Time is worse than yours, though.
Yeah. So for me, guys, I think naturally after a couple minutes of me just being by myself after in the middle of a fight, whatever, I can usually bounce back for the most part. I'm pretty quick on retention time. I'm just aware that I have a tendency to push things under the rug and shove my emotions away. So I gotta be careful about that. But her retention time would take days.
Like yesterday, you know, gotten really good at it, but yesterday I just could not. And it turned out being not one of our best days because I just couldn't get out of it. But whenever I'm able to like truly and not fake it, get out of it, you probably gonna be able to tell.
And that's actually, in my opinion, that's causing more space between you. And it's causing a lack of trust. And now you guys are having a harder time connecting. And to us, connection is our number one value, it's our number one need, for our relationship. So don't fake it, but find ways to genuinely be able to get your retention time quicker. Whether that's deep breathing, whether it's meditating, taking a few breaths.
For me, it's logic. Like logically, emotions only last 90 seconds because I'm emotional and logical. It's weird. I can just jump back in between, but the logic always gets me out of my emotions. So I'm like, actually, anything past 90 seconds, you're just faking it. So
yeah, according to Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins, and a lot of the gurus out there, your emotions only last 90 seconds.
And the new lady who listens to the holistic.
Yeah, Dr. Nicole. Yeah. And like, you know, I mean, I think it's just known now. I think it's just science. I think it's proven. It's like your emotions don't last that long. You have to keep thinking thoughts to make them keep going. So keep that in mind, guys. It's like you can get rid of that freaking pretty quick, actually.
Minute and a half.
Just stop thinking about the thing. You got to be able to, you know, control your thoughts. And the way to get control of your thoughts is to practice meditation. And it's not pushing thoughts away. It's just kind of allowing your thoughts to come. And then just letting them, just not jumping in and responding to them, just kind of watching them like you're watching a movie. You're not in it, okay?
Or thinking things to like, because like I do that. I'm like, no, I feel this way. Let me give me some reasons as to why I have the right to feel like this. And then it just like goes from like here to like here real fast.
Great point. Yeah. So keep that in mind, guys. Your brain's gonna keep trying to justify your emotion with more reasons. You just don't play that game. Get control, and then you can start getting control of your emotions. Yeah. So. All right, number 5. We're almost there, guys. We're almost done.
Impact versus intent.
Okay, I like this one. We learned this from our awesome therapist, Mrs. Rika Pearl. Shout out.
Awesome.
What's up, Rika? All right, so Rika's like my homie. She's like, I love her. Yeah, me and her have so much dope conversations, guys. If we only recorded those conversations for you guys, you would learn so much. You'd be like, she's freaking awesome. We have really great insights together. It's dope. We figure out some deep parts of my psyche. I'm excited talking about it because we figured out so much amazing stuff of my last session. So. Anyways, so she brought up this point saying impact versus intent matters in a relationship. But then when it comes to like social, she gave the example analogy that like on the social spectrum, it doesn't matter. So racism. They're like,
well, that's just what she used.
Yeah, right. Let me explain, guys, so you understand what she threw out a word like racism. It's like, what?
I didn't like racism.
Yeah, so no, here's the point. No, but that's bad intent and that's bad impact.
Right.
So here's a great point, guys. What she means is like, say you were saying like Black Lives Matter and others don't matter as much at this time, okay? So say you said that out loud socially. Your intent was good. Say you're a white guy that said that, okay? Your intent is good because you're trying to bring awareness and support a good cause, But what happens is the impact, that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, right? So for socially, intent doesn't really matter. What matters is the impact you have. However, in relationships, it does matter. So you should be looking at your partner's intention and be like, they're not really trying to hurt me, they're actually trying to help me, right? You gotta take 50% impact, 50% intent into your relationship. It's still not okay if I say you have a smelly face.
Don't have a smelly face.
Yeah, it's like,
might be salty sometimes.
Yeah. So if she's like, if I'm like, you have a smelly face, well, say that hurt her feelings. Like, it does. I can't just be like, well, I had good intention. That does matter on some level in a relationship, but you still got to keep in mind both are very important. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. But also, I would say overvalue the intent and undervalue that impact in a relationship. That's just my 2 cents. Okay, so I think actually the ratio should be. She was saying 50-50. I think it actually should be. I'm gonna go as bold. This sounds bold, and this is just my theory. I'm gonna go as bold to say 90-10. So I'm gonna say intent in a relationship.
I'm gonna play this back over and over. And I'm like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, right. So because I think that if we look at the intention of our partners, we're gonna see they're actually just trying to help us, and then we're gonna get more love for them, as opposed to seeing that as like they're actually, because we know they're not trying to hurt us. Right. Like, why would they do that? We love each other, right? So I actually would say 90% of intent matters, but you have to do it's up to you to take ownership and responsibility to figure out how to make sure your spouse understands your intent. Would be my point. So even after, and it is kind of hard, especially when things are emotionally hidden.
Really hard.
Oh, when things are emotionally hidden, I always try to show my intent, and she's just not hearing it at all.
Like, nope, screw you, you hurt me.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why impact does matter, and I have to figure out how to get better at being, because I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what's gonna hit her and sting her emotionally, and then I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but that wasn't my intent. She's like, I don't care about your intent. F your intent, So, and then I probably do the same thing. So we're working on that one, but at least we're aware that we know each other, we love each other, and we have to just keep in mind that we're trying to always usually help each other. I can sincerely say 95% of those times, I'm actually just trying to help her, but it gets misunderstood. Yeah, so that's a tough one, guys. That's a tough one. Communication is a tough, in all relationships. I don't care who you are. I think we have probably top line communication because there's so many tools, and it's still very hard for us, guys. So please keep working on communication and don't get too frustrated, okay? I hope that helps. All right, the very last one.
Do the opposite thing you want to do in heated moments. Give love instead of trying to solve a problem or prove a point.
Okay, yes. Okay, all right. So the last one is do the opposite thing that you instinctually want to do in a heated moment, okay? So, oh my gosh. So what me and her are both logic blockers. So we're just like, this is what I meant. This is what I meant. This is this. No, this is the right thing. This is the wrong thing. This is the fair thing.
Let me just explain this one reason to you.
Yes. And let me tell you why that's not fair and this is fair. And we're trying to our instinct is to if we can just give them more information and more logic, then they'll understand, and this whole thing will just be a misunderstanding and go away. It doesn't work. Gosh dang it. I wish it's one of those things I do wish it worked.
Me too.
So what I've learned was, for me especially toward her, is she's much more emotional than me. So in those moments, I want to try to give her more information and more logic, thinking that's going to solve the problem. It never has.
I don't want your effing information.
Yeah. Finally, I get it. It takes a while for that to click in our thinkers' heads, But I would say, so what I've been trying to get better at is actually just giving her love. So
he's gotten a lot better at it.
I'm trying. So, instead of getting frustrated and, just trying to get her to understand where I'm coming from, that's the bad move. It usually, it's a little bit better if I just hug her and say I love her and do everything in me. Because my instinct is so much to just fix and solve the problem. Oh my gosh, that's all it is. I'll tell her things to try to be like, it's okay, it won't be that bad, we can just do this. And she doesn't even care, which is mind blowing to me. I'm like, so you'd rather just cry and you don't want the problem solved? Okay.
It's not that I don't want the problem solved, it's just in the moment I'm trying to get my emotions out.
She wants to get her emotions out
then
first.
I can solve the problem.
Yeah. Which to me, guys, sounds hilarious to most of you guys that are aware of this, but to me that was just like, what? Shrinky? So that's a funny one.
And I'm trying to come with less, I've got a very masculine inner world. So when I'm like, rah, or I'm just trying to get someone under him to understand that I'm just very masculine about my approach. Trying to soften that up a little.
Yeah, because when she brings me masculine energy, then I bring more masculine energy, and I'm gonna win
every time. It's a masculine fight.
Well, then I'm gonna win, and then I'm gonna have to. Then that's when I just start getting mean, and I don't like that side of me. I actually regret that. So, one of my downfalls, guys, complete transparency, is I have a habit of just saying mean stuff when I'm super mad because I don't know what to do. It's like I can't punch her. Thank you. I don't want to punch walls anymore like I used to growing up, or freaking break stuff. So then, what do you do with all this masculine, angry emotion? You see what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do? And the only thing I can think of is just be mean. I mean, it's not conscious, by the way. It's just all these things just happen in the moment. You're just like, I don't know what to do. You suck, you know? And it's just like trying to hurt, I guess, because I'm hurt, you know? And so I don't like that side of me at all. I'm trying to improve it, but I'm a human.
But you gotta be able to meet your partner where they're at. Like if he's like, hey, whenever you bring this masculine energy, it triggers me to this. It's like, okay, yes, like I know everything is everybody's responsibility, but do whatever you can to help your partner, especially if they're coming to you asking you for like help. Like obviously, yes, I still come with masculine energy sometimes. It's the way I've been for 27 years.
Yeah.
It's not gonna change overnight, but the more I can become conscious of it, more it'll help. And then it's gonna help your relationship in turn. You know. Yeah, that's spot on. Like, so, you know, I think I'm just thinking out loud. I don't know for sure, guys, but I think that like it's important to establish roles in the relationship. One person has to play the masculine role, one has to play the feminine role. If you guys can figure out other ways, that's amazing. But that's the way I've seen it, right? Like work. I don't know if you guys can switch off all the time. Maybe some people are skilled enough to pull that off with high levels of awareness. But doesn't seem, I haven't seen it. That's the longest I've been looking around, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. But I think it's important because I think that we had to establish, like, we knew this naturally though, because naturally I'm always masculine in relationships and naturally I'm always dating feminines. Girls that are feminine, more submissive in a relationship. It's just what I actually think it's really like hot, like I'm attracted to it, all right? And so, and then I think that the girls I date, they're attracted the other way. I think that are you attracted to like masculine? Yeah, I think I've even said on the podcast, I'm like, you're a little B word, then I'm gonna run all over you. Yeah. I'll respect you and it won't last. I'll get so bored so fast. Yeah, right. And so she's met her match because she ain't getting away with that with me, baby. Oh no, not going down in this house. Anyways, I'm joking. But yeah, so I think that like it's important to respect the energies though. And respect is like if she's gonna be the feminine, I have to really protect her and make sure that she feels loved and so she doesn't feel the need to bring out this masculine energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's like on me as the masculine leader. And I feel like as opposed to for her, like it's important for her to not bring masculine energy to a masculine, dominant leader in the relationship. I think that's important because all it does is it triggers my masculinity, and then now we have a fight, and I'm gonna come in all guns blazing, and then she's gonna come with her little water. Oh, shut up! And I come in with bazookas, like, oh my gosh, and then I make her cry, and then I'm like, okay, I feel bad. And then she's scared of me for 3 days. Don't talk. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, so, but no, so like, just keep that in mind, guys. It's like, I think it's important for everybody to be aware of their roles, make sure they're comfortable with those roles, and if so, then just try to make sure you establish some type of boundaries, guidelines, or at least a certain mutual respect around those roles. That way, you're not overcrossing the lines. That's just my 2 cents of what I think. So. Anywho, guys, so that's our 6 lessons we've learned to make our relationship not just survive, but thrive. And some of these we're still working on. So some of these we're still working on, guys, but we really hope you guys enjoyed them. If you guys do want us to maybe do another video in the future about how these are going and if they're improving our lives even more so, or if we've adjusted this list or anything, just let us know in the comments down below. Other than that, babe, anything else that you can think of that you want to end with? Think of your outcome. I don't think we said that. Or if we did, that's been the biggest thing for me this week is like, what's my outcome? Yeah. Do I want to fight all day? No. Yeah. Okay, shut up. The fight. Swallow your freaking pride and shut up because no matter what I say, it's not going to be heard anyway. It's not going to get to the outcome. So. Right. So yeah, so keep thinking as often as you can, what is my outcome? And I think, I was going to say, I think that the big takeaway for me is I want us to write down 1 to 3 outcomes that we want on the board so that we can keep focus on them and say, is this going to be closer to this goal or outcome or us? We have a mutual goal to be as happy as humanly possible in a relationship. So when we're fighting, we know how to like snap out of it because we're like, this isn't getting us closer to that goal. And we should only actually getting us further from the goal. Yes. And we should only do and believe things that move us closer to the goal. Yeah, that's right, Tom. What's up, Tom? Do you? But yeah, so Tom has this thing where he's like, I only do and believe what moves me closer to my goals. So powerful because that keeps you making sure every day you're getting closer and you're going in the right direction and we're not getting sidetracked by our stupid little tangents that don't even mean anything. It's such a waste of time and energy. We get hit by a bus and we're gonna be pretty upset if we end that way. So anywho, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that this was somewhat value dense for you guys, and we hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Guys are awesome. Yes, we love each and every one of you guys, and we appreciate you so much. And so please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And hit that notification bell because we are going to be releasing a lot more videos in the near future for you guys, okay? All right, guys, thanks so much. We love you and have a phenomenal day and night.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Keep
Peace.
rocking.
See ya. See ya.